Hi guys, welcome to the short video about how to move all the apps from an old phone to a new phone. I think a lot of people are in this situation every year or every 2 or 3 years or so, and then that's a lot of work, or at least it can be a lot of work if you're not prepared. So if you're thinking about buying a new phone, then it's the best thing to act early and not only after you have bought the new phone and maybe even sold or traded in the old phone. That would be the worst case. So the best thing, of course, if you have both phones side by side, if you have traded in your phone, then you will lose a lot of possibilities, a lot of convenience. So my biggest advice here, don't trade in your phone, or at least don't do that immediately. Don't sell your old phone immediately. There's always something which you forgot. And even if you think that you have everything, no, that probably you have still something left in your old phone, and it's always good to keep your old phone for at least a couple of weeks or months or something like that. Then my second advice is to use launcher instead of the normal desktop. So what we have here, that's a launcher, that's not a normal desktop, and I'm using the Nova launcher. You can see that here we have the app and we have these settings, and you can do a backup. So it has anyway much more capabilities than the normal Android desktop. Yeah, it's a huge advantage, and one of the biggest advantages is that you can make a backup. So here we have the backup. You can back the thing up, and you can either download locally, send it to this phone, or upload it to Google Drive. Yeah, there are many of different possibilities how to move this thing over to this new phone. And then you can install the Nova launcher again. Just click on it and say restore. And of course, it's highly recommended to install all the new apps and then start the Nova launcher and then ask to restore everything. And you can see everything is the same thing here. We have same apps and they are in the same position and same folders, almost same everything. So again, when you go to your new phone, here, let's say we have this on the right side, go to account and settings and add all your Google accounts which you have been using to download everything, all the apps from the Play Store. And then Google will usually ask you if you want to restore all the apps, and that's a huge advantage when you have all your apps. Of course, it won't include all the logins and passwords and everything, but at least you will have then your apps ready, and then you can start the Nova launcher and it will restore the whole desktop with almost everything. Of course, it won't be able to restore the widgets, maybe if you have root access, but usually it's not doing that. And my third advice here is to use a password manager. I mean, I'm using a password manager which is also managing my passwords online on my PC, and I'm using this thing here. I've been using this all the time. I've installed this thing here. Of course, it was actually installed automatically. I had to log in the password manager. And for most of the apps, when I just clicked on the apps, it was filling out the email address and the password, and I was able to log in immediately. I mean, sometimes it requires confirmation by like SMS or email or so, but for most of the apps, it has been working just super easy and straight. So these are my three biggest advices. So again, number one, don't sell your old phone or don't trade it in. Just keep it for, I would say, at least a month, maybe even 2 months. And second thing is to use a launcher or desktop manager like the Nova launcher. And my third advice is to use a password manager. And then I would say 95% of all the work will almost be done automatically. And for the remaining things, you will have your old phones and you can access these things. I mean, for some of the apps, it's even helpful when you have this really side by side. And sometimes you can create a QR code and you invoke the new app on the new phone, and then you can just scan the QR code which is shown on the old phone with the existing app. It's super easy. I have seen this with a couple of apps, and that was super helpful for me. And yeah, that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or better solutions, whatever you have, please write everything down into the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.